Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of the Sluban German Panzer II tank set. This is set number M38B0691, and it's part of the Sluban World War II Lego type line. If you guys are into this type of Lego, or for more great reviews on a bunch of other Lego, like the Star Wars stuff and upcoming like Harry Potter and that, subscribe to this channel, like this video, check out my website www.sharkmunch.com for more great reviews on all this kind of cool Lego, as well as where to buy it. Okay guys, let's get into this. Shopping on AliExpress, what did I find? I saw this little tank and it was about, I think, 13 or 14 US dollars. So anytime you get a tank for under 20 bucks, and you don't have it, buy it. It's just really cool. I've always liked the Panzer II. It kind of has the dual, like has a machine gun and like a small main gun. Really cool set, used in North Africa in the early part of the Second World War. So I decided to take the plunge, buy it. I owned a few other Sluban sets. In fact, I'm collecting the entire line of World War II Sluban Lego, so you'll see more great reviews on this stuff. So that's how I ended up buying it. Let me get into the set. It is 356 pieces. And what you get with that is you get this German Panzer II tank. It is approximately 10 centimeters long and maybe 5 high, 4.5 wide, something like that. So a pretty decent set. You get a tree, you get a mortar position with some 5 sandbags, a little plant, and this, I don't know, Russian or British soldier. And of course, you get the mortar tube and some shells, as well as a bunch of like World War II era weapons, like machine guns, rifles, that type of stuff. Okay, just a bit of background. The German Panzer II tank is kind of like a pre-World War II design. It was built in the late 30s. Panzer II was used extensively during the first year or two of the Second World War. It was essentially the backbone of the German armored corps. But it was really undergunned. Its main gun, I believe it was, what was it? Like a 20 millimeter gun or something like that. Didn't have super thick armor, maybe 10 to 20 centimeters thick. And it was just really undergunned, under armored. And by about 1942, it was kind of retired from frontline duty, frontline service. There's some self-propelled artillery that might have used the Panzer II chassis, like the Martyrs and type things like that. But for the most part, the tank itself was gone. Maybe it was, I don't know, tossed in the rear. Maybe used in like cities or population control or whatever. It was not a very good frontline tank because it just did not have the main armament was like super, and just not a big enough gun. I mean, at this time, the Russians had like the Soviet BT-7 tank, and that thing had like a 45 millimeter gun. So right off the bat, a Panzer II versus a BT-7, 20 millimeter versus like 45. I mean, number one, the range would probably get this before, and number two, it's just the size. 45 millimeter main gun could take this tank out. Not to mention anything like a T-34 KV-1s or 2s, or you know what I mean. Even in North Africa, Panzer IIs. I mean, the British, like, they were fielding like the Matildas and Churchill tanks. Even the early models of the Sherman tank had like a 50 millimeter main gun. So by the beginning of the Second World War, this tank, this kind of main frontline tank of the German army, was pretty well obsolete. So how did they win all these early battles? Well, it was combined the use of tanks like this and the Panzer IIIs and even the smaller Panzer Is in combination with artillery, dive bombers, German Stukas and stuff like that. It was the whole blitzkrieg strategy that really propelled the Germans to a lot of early successes in the Second World War, even though individually tanks like this were just outmatched and outclassed by a lot of other tanks on the battlefield at that time. Okay, so that's my spiel on the historical piece. Let's move right into this. I'll go first through the instructions. You can see here 356 pieces, M38B0691. And it's your typical Sluban stuff. It's in color, high quality instructions. They tell you what bags you need to use. You know, how many pieces, one of these, one of three of those. You're not fishing through a million different bags looking for pieces. It's a fairly straightforward, easy build. Anybody under the age of 10 might need an adult to help them out. But overall, it wasn't really a hard, difficult build. Couple hours max, and then you'll be playing with this thing. So that's what you have with the instructions. So when I go through the characters, sometimes I do this. I've reviewed a lot of Sluban. These characters are kind of Lego-like, but as you can see on the back, there's only 2 holes instead of the 4 that you get with Lego. So these guys don't really sit that well in these vehicles, I find. Kind of annoying. I wish they had the extra 2 holes, make them stay more permanently. They're always kind of falling off. The quality itself, it's pretty good. I mean, these guys, their heads rotate and tilt and shift, which Lego figures do not. Their arms move. They can hold all the same things a Lego guy can. Fully Lego compatible. It's just some people have different preferences. Initially, I hated these guys. I didn't like these guys. I preferred the Lego guys 100%. But I got so much Sluban stuff now. These guys actually, I don't find them to be all that bad. So that's my little piece on where you stand with these minifigures. I just want to talk about the quality of the plastic because there's a lot of people about 10 years ago were really dissing Sluban for their plastic quality, for their sets and stuff like that. This is all pretty high quality, almost the quality of like a Lego. Yeah, the pieces are not greasy, they don't smell, they're not slimy. It's made with ABS plastic, safe, non-toxic, environmentally friendly, and all that good stuff. The pieces themselves are actually pretty good. Most of them just say M38 instead of the little Lego logo. They say M38. You might get the odd piece like right here. It's a little bit indented. I don't see that as a huge drawback. It is what it is. It's not quite the quality of Lego, but very, very close. And the price, the cost. I got this for about $15 US, if that, maybe 13. I forget what I paid exactly, but it's super cheap. The quality is fairly high quality. I'd say like 95% of the quality of Lego. Pieces fit together pretty nicely. Yeah, so that's what I have to say about that. I want to get into the tank tracks. This Panzer II is made with these type of small Sluban tracks. They're very small. They snap together like so and like so. There. On a hard surface, I'll try to drive this. Yeah, it just basically slides. I find in general these smaller tank treads, they're just not really that great. I'll take you down to the carpet level in a minute. But the small tank tracks, I recently did a review of a Sembo tank, an M4 Sherman tank by Sembo, a brand I hadn't reviewed before, and I was really impressed. Same small tracks as Sluban, only theirs are slightly thicker and maybe a bit wider. And it's a huge difference, guys, on the carpet. It's just a huge difference. They can just take more punishment. You can be a bit rougher with it. These thin Sluban ones break really easily, so I wouldn't recommend kind of hard play. I really do like this model tank, though. It is really cool. I like it, but the track system leaves a little bit to be desired. Okay, so first off, this turret fully rotates 360, guys, which is really cool. The gun moves up slightly and down slightly. So you don't get a whole lot of movement on the gun, but it is pretty cool. Minifigure can come out. This is like a little hatch. It closes and opens. And I'll put my guy back in there. My tank commander. At the back here, there's like a little... trying to get it up. This Lego is so Well, there's a little hatch there that opens as well. I'm not going to bother with that right now. At the front, there's really nothing. You get a couple things here, like a backpack. What else do you have here? A hatchet, a little bar here, a shovel, stuff like that. You know, tank equipment, soldier type equipment. Over here, you have your sandbags, you have a little plant, you have this guy, and I will fire the mortar at this back just to kind of give you guys an idea. So it can kind of shoot out. It didn't go very far. This thing does launch. It is spring loaded, so... Whoa, so I just lost it there. It's gone somewhere on the carpet. Yeah, so... Really cool. I mean, these extra little features, the trees, the plants and stuff like that, they're not much. They're just kind of like, you know, but it does add to the set. Like, it's nice to have. Like, you can play with this. You don't need to buy anything other than this tank set to actually have a little bit of a play. Like, you got a soldier here with a mortar attacking the tank attacking him. So there is some value here. It's pretty cheap. Cost-wise for this set, you get 2 minifigures. I mean, it's not too bad. But right now we're running out of time, so I'm going to take you guys down to the carpet level, and I will show you. Here are the Sluban small tracks on carpet. It's not too bad. Not great though. It's not really going. Oh, I just broke a track right there. That's what I mean, guys. You can't press too hard. Can't be too rough with it. You gotta kind of just find that happy spot where you can roll it. I'll fix that later. But I got my other. Here's the BT7, the Panzer 4. T-34 had wider tracks, which is really cool. But anyways, let's get back up here. Finish off this review. Okay, guys. Well, there you have it. This is the review of the Sluban German Panzer II tank, set number M38B0691. If you haven't done so already, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my website, www.sharkmunch.com, for more great reviews. I look forward to the next one, guys. Take care.